Jurak Classic Whole Body Tonic is a dietary supplement, not a drug. Therefore, it is useful to affect the structure and/or function of your body in various ways, but it is not intended to and will not cure, mitigate, treat, or prevent any disease. Individual testimonials may not be everyone's experience and do not constitute scientific evidence. Jurak Corporation does not make any drug or treatment claims for its product.
Hey everyone, this is the Tonic Man. Once again, another fantastic podcast. We are so grateful we can do these podcasts now, and all of you, of course, are invited to join us just as we're going to do on this podcast and tell your story. These are the stories that will really allow people to understand that it could work for them as well. And look, if it works for you and Ruthie, our guest today, then it'll work for everyone. Why is that? That's because our bodies, it doesn't matter where you live, how big you are, how thin, how large, what color, what religion, doesn't matter. Everybody in the world, the body is exactly the same. It functions the same. Everything works the same way. So if it can work on a body over here in America, it can work on a body in South Africa, in Australia, in the Middle East, anywhere. So remember, it's Jurak worldwide. So get all your friends, all your loved ones, everybody you know around the world, get them onto your website and let them understand that this could work for them as well. And talking about working, really, this call today has to do about the second part of the name of our product, which is really the first part. And when we started this in 1997, it was a continuation of what my dad had begun in 1943. So we're talking about a product that has been used by folks for over 80 years. Yes, that's 80 years, almost as long as I am old. I'm 88 and now 2 months. I count the months now because it goes fast. But I'm 88. Here I am doing a podcast and doing videos for the mission. The mission, it's a health crusade. Folks, the only thing you have to think about is your neighbor. Can you help them have a better life? That means improving their health, particularly in America. But look around the world, everywhere people are suffering of all kinds of illnesses, even in places like our buddies in Canada who have free health care. Well, they're all suffering as well. Why isn't the free health care working? The health care that we use here that we pay for doesn't work. The one they get free, well, it's not free. They pay twice as much income tax as we do, so it's not free. But the government sponsored healthcare, it's not keeping people healthier. Doesn't matter whether it's free or you pay for it. People are ill all over the place. Worse in America. Thankfully, we have a government that's going to be looking very carefully at health of the citizens. And of course, it starts with good eating habits. I see they've changed the food pyramid. I've been doing this food pyramid this way all my life. My dad always said, meat and potatoes. That's right. And so it has a lot to do with your diet. Maybe that's why I look a little bit younger than I am. But I think I'm a little bit younger than I am because I've been drinking this preparation. Now, we can get into the details of the preparation, but I want to really get to our guest who has the most incredible story. All of the facts are going to come out as she talks about it. Ruthie, come on down. Tell us what's going on.
Well, hello there, Anthony and everyone. My name is Ruthie Neal. I started drinking the youth solution in February 2000. I was 60s, in my 60s. Hot flashes. Oh, I was a mess. Hot flashes, ring around my eyes, short hair, patella, in pain, about to drive my husband away. He said, I'm not going anywhere. But when the first day that I got this a whole body tonic that says it's a whole body and taking those Kremlin for all the years.
You were taking what?
Kremlin.
Oh,
Yeah,
was for the hot flashes.
not doing any good. But when I got that tonic that said whole body and I read it, all I wanted to see was the whole body. And I pulled those Premarin down the drain the first day that I got my ball. I haven't had a hot flash. The hot flashes went away in 1 week. I haven't had a hot flash since. Not only that, my pain in my knee, I had broken my patella and my pain went away. In that week, I haven't had pain in my knee since. I am Anthony right now. Today, I am still pain free. I
And
have a
how, and
lot of,
how old are you now?
I am 86 years old. Doctor said I am 56 in a 56-year-old body. All my body parts work. All of my body parts work.
All the body parts work.
I have a whole body because of the whole body tonic.
So you're saying the hot flashes disappeared and maybe you've reversed everything. You seem to be a much younger woman in general, in everything. Your
Yes,
brain certainly seems
I
pretty
am
sharp.
still sharp, and every year my body gets better. And I never miss an ounce. Every year, I can't tell my age. I don't feel like people, oh, sit down somewhere. You sit down when you can't get up. And if you drink the tonic, you'll be able to get up. But you have to have it. You have to eat right, you know, and do the right thing. I have so much energy. I just moved to Texas and I packed my whole house. You've been to my house and you already know I had a lot of stuff. I packed my whole house by myself and moved to Texas from Tampa.
And that was last year, I think, or just recently,
Yes,
wasn't
it
it?
was it was in September the 3rd. Yes,
86, packing your own house, your furniture, everything, and shipping off and moving. Good for you.
yes,
That's what a young person in their 40s would be doing.
yes. And that's what I was doing like maybe earlier, but with it had the energy and then to get here and get my stuff in the house and I set up my whole house. I have like 5 rooms all told. And I didn't, rest and did what I need to do.
So, Ruthie, what people are certainly wondering about is how you look today compared to this photo of you when you were first beginning to drink the tonic. Folks, have a look at how Ruthie was. This was a photo of her in those days when she was in her 60s. And that, of course, is what a lot of people feel and look like already in their 60s. And there seems to be no reason that that should be that way because if you believe Ruthie, and I don't think she's had any plastic surgery, she's
No,
got to look 25. Well, actually, we published these photos previously, and people called us and said they thought that the 19 whatever 2000 picture when she was in her 60s was the picture when she was 85, and it's just the opposite. So is this a youth solution? Well, Ruthie, I guess you're the living proof that it is indeed a youth solution. And you've been drinking it for 25 years. By the way, folks, I have to tell you, I think Ruthie has earned enough money from sharing it with other people that her own tonic that she drinks herself has always been free over the years. I guess I'm right on that, Ruthie, aren't I?
yes, yes, you are, because I've never missed an ounce. I've been
Yeah,
drinking
yeah,
ever.
and that's the key. People say, "Well, it's too expensive," or "It's expensive." Well, I don't know how you could put a price on youth. I mean, if you can stay looking like Ruthie when you should be looking 20 years older, holy smokes! Even if you have to pay for it, it would be worth it. But no one would have to pay for it. All you have to do is share it with a few friends, and before you know it, you're drinking free as well. So it's something that should be part of the grocery bill, so to speak. And you could avoid an awful lot of health challenges over the years. Now, I have to tell everybody this is not a cure. We didn't cure Ruthie of the broken patella or the ring around her eyes or whatever else. This is the body regenerating itself. The body knows how to do what it knows how to do. You just have to give it some TLC, keep it in good shape, like you do your car when you bring it in for maintenance. And the tonic is what does that. So if you drink the tonic, you're going to get the same results. Why? because every single body functions the same way. It'll happen in a different time fashion, maybe a little slower, a little faster. Maybe you'll need 3 ounces a day, or four, or two, or a half an ounce. Some people drink a half an ounce and they're looking and feeling like Ruthie. We don't know what that answer is, but you can find out, and it really doesn't matter. If you just take it regularly, you'll see, as we have on YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in JC Tonic, the Youth Solution, and you'll see a whole host of podcasts just like this one. There is a lady who had a bout with cancer. There is a lady, Martha, who's 75, who looks in her 50s. Same kind of thing that happened with Ruthie. There are all kinds of wonderful stories. There's Mark, who was an alcoholic for 30 years, and he's been free of alcohol, as he said in his video, for 1 year already at that time. How is that possible? So people who are hooked on anything will get results if they drink enough tonic. People who are looking older than they should and feeling older will get results like Ruthie has. It doesn't matter who you are, it will work. Ruthie, I guess you've shared it with an awful lot of people.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. I still share it. You know, and when I first started, I was called the first lady because I was the first person to get it, remember, in Tampa?
That's right.
And I was called the first lady. And I shared so much, you all had to put me on consignment, remember?
I remember.
Yes. And another thing, my doctor, we already know that life is in the blood and we know what the tonic does for the blood. So my doctor, even my blood work came out, all of it perfect, perfect blood work. You
So
know,
what does the doctor say to you when he examines you and then sees the reports?
He gave it to him and said, "Wow, you in good health." He said, "Your cholesterol is just up just a few points, just a little." I said, "Yes, I saw it when I did the blood work." I said, "It's not even a half an inch." I said, "And that's because I eat a little bacon and a few eggs every now and then." I said, "I'll take care of it." And so, but that he says perfect. He says, "I have never had a patient. You are the healthiest patient that I have ever seen." He's saying this blood work is perfect because we know that the blood tells the story about the body. Okay. And I said, "Oh, yes." I said, I didn't tell him about the tonic because he's an internal medical and a medical doctor. And I told him, I said, "Look," I says, "I know you're an intern medical doctor." I said, "Maybe you need to send me to another doctor. All I need is someone to take my blood work every 6 months and let me know how it is." I said, "Because my body is great." He said, "You're great." He says, "You are in good health." He says, "I want to keep you and I will let you come every 6 months like the rest of the doctors does." And
Well, that really is a testament to how healthy you are, and people can say, "Well, it could have been something else. It wasn't necessarily the tonic."
that's all I take.
Yeah, but I mean something else like the way you live or your diet or whatever. But people always will try and find a reason why something like the tonic won't work. But I think that we've got it's borders on scientific proof. If you have a photo like you at in your 60s and now you look like you look, I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You just open your eyes and you see the difference. Everything has changed in your body, so it
Yeah.
must have changed on the inside for it to look like it looks like on the outside. That's the only way things happen, and the doctor obviously knows that, but he's not about to jump on and give the tonic to everybody, although he probably believes that that's it. But it's hard for them to get out of the rut they're in. Unfortunately, it's too bad. But that's fine. Keep taking your blood work, and everybody listening, go and have a blood work up done, and then get on the tonic and have another one done in 3 months. Those blood work tests do not lie. That will tell you everything. If you're high in some things and it gets lower, you know you're on the right track. If it gets higher, then you're not on the right track. But you know what? We have a money back guarantee. I don't think anybody's asked for their money back in 80 years. At least not because it didn't work. Maybe they didn't like the taste and they wanted their money back. By the way, you don't get your money back if you don't like the taste. Mix it in something. It is what it is. We don't fill it with sugar and all kinds of phony stuff to cover up the taste of those beautiful botanicals and so on. So it is what it is. But every single person who drinks this for a few weeks, all of a sudden, even if they didn't like the taste, they start to even maybe enjoy it. So Ruthie is the classic example. And we've, of course, been talking together and have become dear friends over these 25 years because that's what happens. Like minds get together, people who are getting healthy together, helping one another, they end up to have a social relationship, to be friends because of the beautiful positive things. And when you can wake up in the morning and you're happy and you can smile instead of creaking and groaning, it makes all the difference in your quality of life. So, Ruthie, tell us about the quality of your life. I understand you have a new boyfriend.
Oh, yes. And then, Anthony, another thing, I'm turning heads. I am still turning heads. People say, oh my God. One lady said to me, wow, you gorgeous. I said, well, thank you. She said, but if whatever you're doing, she said, if it was sold in a bottle, she said, I would buy me some. I'd get some today. And I said, it is. It's sold in a bottle, but yes. And then another thing the tonic does, we give you your whole body. I mean, it works on the whole body because these are not. My sister thought that I had a boobs job. I said, no, it just it works with your whole body. And I says, no. And so one day I had to let her know that it was not a boob job. I freaked her out, but she. And then
That
another thing, young ladies, people say when you get in your 70s and your 80s, that you need to get somewhere and sit down. You sit down when you can't get up. And I am living my best life at 86. Yes, I never dated because my husband caught me at 15 and he carried me all the way till I was 18 and had the license and married me. So I am officially dating, loving it. I'm loving it, and I can feel it. And I'm telling you, I might even get married again, Anthony.
Oh no, Ruthie! Wow!
Yes. This
Oh.
weekend, a pastor is coming all the way from Lakeland, and he's gonna pick me up, and he's gonna pick me up, and we're going to not Louisiana, we're going to Louisiana and watch the Super Bowl. And then we're going back to Lakeland. And then my daughter's going to send me home. She is so excited. She said, Mom, live your life. My husband
Well,
told
I gotta get to that wedding. You make sure that we know about it, Ruthie.
oh, I will. I will. But Patrice said, girl, we have to have a reception. She said, because David deserved that last wedding after 65 years.
Hey,
So
tell everybody the story, the time the guy crashed his car.
oh, I was walking down the street and this people still do it because I have a lot of energy, and I was just walking. I was just walking. I was just walking. And what the guy did, he looked at me and he turned his head and he wrecked. He ran into another car. He crashed the
Uh,
car. And so he said, wow. He said, we became friends right there. He crashed the car. I said, oh. And then my sister here, I told her, girl, stop telling my age. She always telling my age. I said, I will never get a man with you telling my age. They're going to think they have to take care of me and I'm going to wind up taking care of them.
Oh, Ruthie, that is fun. I love it. I love that story. Oh,
I'm going to have
God.
to take care of them. So
I
he
can just visualize that the guy's looking at you so intensely he crashes into another car.
crashed his car. He crashed his
Oh,
car.
that is
And
great.
right now, like, oh, you're beautiful. I've been hearing that all my life. Something needs to happen.
Well, Ruthie, talking like this, I'm sure that our listeners are getting the same feeling I am. It's really so great to hear you at your age. Folks, she's in
Yes,
her 80s. Holy
86.
cow. But there are a few other people in their 80s who have been drinking the JC tonic, the youth solution. They're the same way. You remember, Ruthie? We had a podcast call, and there was a fellow. We had only people over 80. There was a fellow 87, and
Yes,
he had lost his wife at 80, and he said he got remarried. And boy, oh boy, he said, "Am I having the time of my life?"
yep.
So it works for everybody if you get on it and stay on it.
And
And he
spend a
had been
lasting
drinking.
too.
Yeah, but you got to drink it for a lifetime.
Yes, stay on it. Stay on. You can't get on and off it and expect your body to stay healthy. Because my body, I can do anything anyone else can do. It's scary to be pain free because people half my age is on crutches and can't move and all that kind of stuff. I can do anything. I cook, I clean my own house, I do my own shopping, my budget, I manage everything. I manage my whole life.
That is really fantastic, Ruthie. On a note like that, folks, what more is there to say? We are trying to make sure you understand that this is indeed a youth solution. Now, you've never heard Ruthie say anything about curing anything. This is not a cure. And we repeat it, it's not a cure for a broken patella or for hot flashes. What it does is it cleans up the blood supply, it changes the chemistry. When your blood is in better health, you're in better health because everything runs with the blood. The blood touches every part of the body from the tips of the toes to the follicles of the hair. And talking about the tips of the toes, I had some really, really, really sad news from one of our members who said he just lost 4 toes to amputation. And I said, Robert, what in the world? Why? He's been drinking off and on, mostly off, for 20 years, but he stopped drinking. What was the reason? He doesn't know. We don't know. All we know is he ended up having that kind of a problem. And on the other hand, there's another, he happens to be a Robert as well. And his success story is also available. He's 81 and he could not feel his toes. And he's been on the tonic for 3 or 4 weeks. And he said half of the feeling in his toes is back. Well, I don't know what the problem is or why the body's like that. All I know is that he drank the tonic and it's doing something to his body to regenerate and return the body to better health. So it doesn't matter. Don't try and analyze what you have or what you don't have. Doesn't matter what you have. Doesn't matter what part of the body is misfiring. Drink the tonic and something great is going to happen. That's what Ruthie did, and that's what tens of thousands of other people have done since 1943. I have some letters that my father received, written to him, sent to him by mail. Yeah, well, in those days, there was no whatever we use today. It was mailing. And one fellow said, I had cirrhosis of the liver and I don't have it anymore. Well, my father never invented this to be a product to cure cirrhosis. It just happens, whatever it did, it cleaned up the body and the body was able to repair itself. So if it can do that and it can do what it did to Ruthie, it can do whatever you have ailing you. Get yourself a couple or 3 bottles, get on it, watch and see. Give it 3 months. It's all you need. If you're taking supplements and you've been taking them for 2 years and nothing much has happened, believe me, it's because they're not working. I don't put down other people's products. They put down the tonic all the time, but I don't put their products down. If you have something that works, don't drink the tonic. Take what works. I want you to get healthy. I don't want you to drink my product and not be healthy or not take something that you've already got that works. Just do whatever is good for you. Trouble is, most people end up at our front door because whatever they've been using never never worked very well. Ruthie doesn't have to worry about that. She's been drinking the tonic for 25 years now. What is it, 20? 2000, yeah, 20,
Yeah,
20. You're in
2000.
your 26th year.
Yeah. And then another thing, Anthony, I remember your father's story. This product came to him in a dream. In a dream. There is no side effects when God give you a recipe. There is no side effects when God give you a recipe.
You say that, Ruthie, and you're saying it very seriously.
I'm
And
serious.
a year or two ago, there was a lady, Marcia, who did a podcast for us, and she talked about everything. And then she said at the end, she said, my family and I've got my whole family drinking it. And my family and I are pretty religious. Around here, we call it the Jesus Christ tonic water.
We do too.
And maybe that was the reason why. How come this is called JC Tonic? Maybe that's the reason. I
Hmm.
mean, I don't want to go and give people the wrong impression that this is something that God gave us. But what
Yeah.
else could it be with the miracles that have happened? There
Mm.
must be something going on that we don't
Yes,
understand.
it is. It came to him in a dream, and I heard him tell that story. On stage, I heard him, and I have pictures with your father. I've been with the family since the '80s.
Yep.
You know, but
Yeah,
if
I remember that story. He said all of a sudden the final part of the formula came to him. He bolted up in the middle of the night,
yeah,
and he always had a pad and a pencil next to him, and he wrote down what he saw. You're right. How did that happen?
Almighty. Mm.
Yeah, Almighty for sure. Well, on the Almighty issue, we have an Almighty product, maybe from an Almighty God, but it's certainly Almighty made you a much younger, vibrant lady. That's for sure.
You gave me
Because
my life. Yes,
yeah, yeah, really, it saved your life. You're a
yes.
totally new person, Ruthie. If you had not had the tonic when you looked like you did in your 60s, you'd be in the pine box now.
I'd be in the pine boxer like everyone else, or humped over on a cane, or can't move, or trying to
Yeah,
hope somebody come and help me.
yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Well, my dear, I love to talk with you, and I've extended this podcast because it's you, and we go back a long time, and you are such a incredible example of what can happen to a person who is ill and how they can get much better. I hope people realize just what an incredible change has happened to you, and it could happen to them as well. That's all we can do. We can lead the horse to the water. We can't force it to drink. And we hope that what you've said to people will get them to really decide it's time for them to get on it. Because all I hear from people when I talk to is whatever they're using, whether it's a medication or a supplement, nothing much seems to be working. They get some relief from these medications, and the doctors do the best they can with what they've got. But it doesn't seem to be the full answer. It may help to keep people alive, but in the end, they have such a poor quality of life. Sometimes you wonder.
Yes, and then not only that, people need to take control of their own life. You
Well, they
need.
can take control of it when they have good health. If they don't have good
Yes,
health, all they're
yes,
thinking about is their poor health and the next pill they're going to take and
right.
how to get to sleep and how to poop and everybody's complaining about all those things, and they all disappear as soon as they start the tonic. And within a week, I mean, sometimes days, people have changes that are really life changing.
Yes. And then if you read it, people just need to start reading too. Because my doctors, they just say, oh, okay, all right. Okay, don't give me something gonna tell me it's gonna kill me. I may as well just go ahead and die. The side effects, read the side effects and see what this product does. Because we have a lot of stuff in here, a lot of body parts. And when one mess up, it's a ricochet. Everything messes up. And so they don't fight with me when I say, they say, you are really healthy, but you need to try this. No, I don't need it. If nothing broke, don't fix it. You know?
Well, they'll try, and they think just because you're in your 80s that
Yes.
you need it because that's the way they're trained, and because 90% of everybody in their 80s does need something to help.
Right.
But boy, oh boy, you are quite a specimen.
Minus me. I tell them
Yeah.
quick. Don't take my age for a broken human being because
Okay.
that's not the case. and you're not going to put your money, your medicine in me to make me worse. Nothing broke. You're not touching me. I'm good. And they
Well, Ruthie, you just keep us informed of your upcoming marriage plans.
I will. That's what daddy here is still here. I said, look, your daddy is gone. He told me to go on with my life. He said,
Hey, and you're going to marry a pastor, so before you know it, he'll be talking from his pulpit about the tonic. Make sure he
well,
knows.
I know how to do that too, right?
That's right. That's right.
I'm in the right place,
Yeah.
You have me in the right place because I will talk about it because he's on it. He's already had his first ball.
All right. Good.
Yes, yes.
Well, the Yellow Rose of Texas.
Yes, yes, and everything big in Texas, and I'm having fun.
All right. Well,
Good
keep
food.
it up, and report back to us in another 20 years and tell us that
I'm
you're getting.
10. I need to stay pretty.
Well, Ruthie, who knows? Maybe we'll be going to a baptism. You never imagine. Oh, imagine if that happens. Holy cow. Wow.
He was so funny. He says, "Oh, you sound so beautiful." He seen me twice. And then when I sent him the pictures or the tonic and the before and after pictures, and when he saw the one in the bathing suit, he said, "Holy cow."
Oh, Lordy.
Yes, I'll be having my 90th birthday party when I get 90. That's about 6 more years. You came to my 70s and you came to my 80s, so I'll be having my 90s.
Well, I
Hopefully
hope
you'll join
I
me.
hope I'm not creaking around by then, but so far so good. If I make it, I'll be. You said in 6 years.
Well, I'm 86, so that's about 4 years, right?
Yep, not too long.
About 5 years, yeah. We'll be around. With
Okay,
Hey, with JC ain't going nowhere.
keep you young.
Yes, yes.
Yep, and everybody's
You
now
spark in
talking.
your mind.
Everybody's talking about a better diet and looking younger and doing it naturally. This is certainly the way to go.
This is it. Yes, yes, sir.
Let's get the word out.
I can still sing, dance, run, jump, squat, do anything I want to do. I can just sing anytime without even thinking.
That
Yes.
is quite a testament,
Nobody.
Ruthie.
Yeah.
What can I add to this? Why aren't you drinking the tonic and feeling the same way as Ruthie? It's amazing. If you did it on a regular basis, drink it religiously, you will have exactly the same results. Everybody will. I've had those kind of results, maybe not to her extent. I should, but I started drinking more tonic in the last couple of years because when I hit 85, I was still doing the work of a 65-year-old. So I thought maybe a little bit more will help. And you know what? It has. The brain is still razor sharp. I still do all the functions correctly, properly. I poop, I sleep, I eat. I never have indigestion. I mean, everything works as well as it did when I was 65. Well, maybe not as well, but pretty darn near, just like Ruthie. So you can be the same. There is no reason why not. Jump on it, get with it right away. There happens to be a wonderful free bottle. If you buy one bottle, you get one free. We're asking you to fill out a form on the website. That's very important for regulatory purposes that we get your permission to email you and text you. That's the reason we're giving you one free bottle. But look, you can get 2 bottles for the price of one. Get started. You'll see by the time you finish the first bottle, you will have been happy that you took that special offer because that second bottle, you're going to just start on it and continue. Stay with it. And if you want to learn how to drink for free, which everybody can, it's easy. Call us at home office. We'll tell you how to do it. But really, it's only pay it forward. Just share your good fortune with everybody. That's what Ruthie's done for 25 years. And see, some people, she doesn't even have to open her mouth. They say, what? You're 85? How do you do it? When you look 5, 10, 20 years younger than you are, all you have to do is tell people how old you are, and they're going to look at you and think, what? And they're going to ask you the same question. How did you do it? I make sure I tell everybody I'm 88, or I was 85, or I was 80, because they said, what? How do you do it? And that gives me the opening up to explain. Just have to be telling. So tell everybody how old you are as you get older, but you look younger. Oh, talking about that, make sure you go to the website. Well, go to our YouTube channel, JC Tonic, The Youth Solution. There is a video of a fellow who was working to try out for the Ironman triathlon. And the part of his story that really, really got me was he said when he was 49, his Garmin watch, which measures every single thing going on in your body, told him that his body was really 47. And he started drinking 3 to 5 ounces of the JC Tonic U solution every day and started training for the Ironman. He wanted to do it when he was 50. When he was 50, his Garmin watch told him he was 41. What else can I tell you? You want scientific proof? That's scientific proof. Get on the tonic, folks, and call us if you need help. We're here to help you get on that mission to pay it forward. Thanks a lot for listening, watching another podcast. And all of you are invited to the podcast. Get on the tonic, get that story together, and we'll have you as a guest. Thanks a lot. And don't forget, around here, we always like to say, you take an ounce and you feel the bounce. Bye for now.